A Gen 3 OU tier list posted yesterday has caused quite the stir in the r/Stunfisk subreddit, largely due to such blazing hot takes as Blissey third, Charizard over Arrow, Kingdra over Suicune. Where even is Fori? But these takes pale in comparison to the hottest of them all.
Hey!
Yeah?
What the hell is this?
What is my guy doing here? Is he lost? But yes, according to Redditor soosisse, a self-proclaimed multi-top 300 player, has 6 years of ADV competitive experience. Electabuzz is better than Jolteon in the tier, indeed. And yeah, you can imagine how the comments went. A lot of people being like, what the heck is going on with this Electabuzz stuff? Not only are you saying it's better than Jolteon, but a tier above Raikou. If Electabuzz weren't acting as a lightning rod for all my attention, I would think Kingdra should fall a tier. I even jumped in the mix, going to bat for my boy Jolteon, who can speed tie Arrow, as many of us know, effectively the two fastest Pokemon in the entire metagame. It got to the point where a mod had to step in and be like, listen, if you're gonna post something like this, you gotta add a comment explaining what the hell your thought process was, because this is kind of getting out of hand. And as you can see, most of their comments are below the threshold to where you could even see them. I had to unminimize this comment, in fact, because they were basically trolling and saying, yeah, I'm not really gonna provide any explanation at this time. Yeah, and this Redditor here, basically calling it as they see it. This looks like bait. It feels like bait. It's probably bait. Finally, several hours later, soosisse would hit us with the explanation. And to be honest with you, there's more in this comment than the scope of this video is going to allow for. I'm going to link the entire Reddit post in the description if you want to read more. But his main point is that since Electabuzz hits 330 speed and it has better coverage than Jolteon, it is a better late game cleaner than Jolteon. So this guy, our friendo from Gen 1, he's going to be outspeeding things like Celebi, Charizard, Jirachi, Flygon, Salamence, Zapdos, Slaking, and due to its impressive move pool and coverage, it's going to super effectively threaten 6 of the 7 Pokemon I just mentioned, as well as much of the metagame. So take a look at this. Obviously, it's going to be running Thunderbolt, but this is the big one. It gets Ice Punch. No other electric type in ADV OU gets this, right? Like Jolteon doesn't get it, Zapdos doesn't get it. What's the other one? Raikou. Raikou doesn't get Ice Punch. So if they want to run ice coverage to threaten Pokemon like Flygon, like a Salamence, then they're going to have to run HP Ice, which means they can't run HP Grass, and they're not going to be able to threaten Swampert. But our boy Electabuzz, he has all the coverage in the world. He can threaten all of them at once. He doesn't have to make those decisions. He doesn't have to fit certain moves depending on what his teammates are running and forego other options. He's just threatening the entire world. And beyond that, he also, look at this, he's got Cross Chop and or Focus Punch to threaten Blissey largely. And, your Tyranitars. This kind of fighting coverage, none of those electric types I just mentioned, they don't get ice coverage on their own. They have to run HP Ice, and they don't have any fighting coverage either. They'd have to run HP Fighting, which they almost never do. So that's largely what Electabuzz has going for it. It's just fast enough to outspeed most of the metagame. It has better coverage than the other electric types that are more prevalent in OU. It can super effectively threaten and outspeed most Pokemon. But the problem is, well, there's a lot of problems, one of which is just its stats. It's very underwhelming in a lot of different ways. That speed is the best thing it has going for it by far. Its special attack is pretty underwhelming. 95, even for Gen 3, is a little under average. And this is before a lot of the power creep that we've seen in Pokemon over the past several generations. 95 just isn't really getting you to where you need to go. Mixed coverage with the fighting moves, the Cross Chop, the Focus Punch on 83 attack. That's not really doing a ton. It's nice to have, but you're not really going to be like one-hit KOing Blissey with a single Focus Punch. Additionally, your only ability is static, which is fine, but it just doesn't really fit with the traits that we see here because your HP stat, abysmal, your defense somehow even worse. And static only procs a third of the time on physical moves when the Pokemon makes contact with you. So what is Electabuzz switching in on in the ADV OU metagame to actually proc static without like literally just dying? Like you could come in on a Metagross Meteor Mash, I guess, but you're still just taking heaps. And this thing's lack of bulk, lack of offensive output, some concerns. Like Raikou, it's Dug weak, it's Spike weak, it's Sand weak. So there's a lot of things out to get Electabuzz. It's going to get chipped down, and it's already having a tough time just getting onto the field in the first place. It's tough. It can come in as a revenge killer in the mid to late game, maybe. But all that being said, being able to outspeed and super effectively threaten a large chunk, a surprisingly large chunk of the OU metagame, could that be enough for Electabuzz to carve out a niche in ADV OU? Is this thing actually a little underrated? Could it ever even become UUBL? You know what, soosisse? I'm going to humor you. I am going to build a team with this thing, and I'm going to hop on the freaking ladder, and we're just going to see what happens. All right, so quick look at the team here. Wasn't looking to reinvent the wheel. I found a sample Jolt Spikes team on the ADV Revival Discord server, and I changed it around a little bit. The idea of a Jolt Spikes team is basically you have fast threats. After you get spikes up, the opponent's going to want to switch out because you're faster than them. You have super effective coverage with a lot of like really threatening mons. And that's a lot of what we have here. I made some adjustments. We got the Skarmory for the spikes. We have spin blocking with Gengar. We have an offensive Starmie that can also force progress. Metagross choice banded to blow up on things that are getting in the way, or just Meteor Mash for huge damage. I have a Dragon Dance Salamence for kind of like a secondary win condition. And you'll notice Electabuzz, I threw a Never Melt Ice on it. Call me crazy. With this set and the Never Melt Ice, the Ice Punch actually has more favorable rolls to kill things like Salamence and like Flygon, like standard sets. And since those are levitating Pokemon, they're not going to be worn down by the spikes, right? So it's a bit harder to make progress versus a Pokemon like that. And I'm just kind of spitballing here. We're going to give it a shot. All right. Skarmory. Should be faster than this thing. Going to spike up. They're also going for spikes. I'm going to get a second one. All right, we're just trading 3 layers. Looks like we're both pretty offensive. I should have the faster roar here. I sacrificed some special defense so that I could get this one first. Does end up working out. Swampert can't often really do much to me. Maybe it could Hydro Pump me, but honestly, I'm just clicking roar again. Yeah, he tries to get the Starmie in, so that's really good chip on that. Swampert coming in again, taking so much damage. And this thing could be inclined to click a button now. I'm going to Toxic something coming in. He decides to protect Chip Heal. That makes sense. I'm guessing that you're going Starmie again. Oh, this time went Skarmory, sure. And Gengar. Okay, so very, very basic structure. So this thing obviously can threaten Thunderbolt. I don't really have a lot that loves to switch in on this. I'm just going to protect and kind of scout out what he wants to do. Does end up clicking Thunderbolt. And this is where Jolt would be really nice. We come in for free on a Thunderbolt and do stuff. Not exactly what we can do in this spot. He could just like click Will-O-Wisp here and destroy my Metagross entirely. But I don't think I have much of a better option. I think we got to go. Misses the Wisp. That's very unfortunate because they made the right play. They're going to try to go for it again. I'm Choice Banded, though. Could Meteor Mash after Will-O-Wisp still kill this thing? We might find out. Or we won't find out. Skarm comes in. 35%. That's a lot of damage. And this thing, I imagine all it's going to be able to do is roar me. So let's take more damage on this thing. Okay, my Starmie comes out. I imagine he's just going to go Gengar. He's going to want to spin block, especially with this Skarmory being down so low. I don't imagine that he's going to want to allow me to get a rapid spin off. Not that I even have it. But yeah, let's get the Gengar coming in. And crit. Oh, that's probably unfortunate. I don't think that would have just killed on its own. So that is slightly sad. So I'm max speed. And I'm just clicking Thunderbolt. All right, they got a rapid spin off, but we're killing a lot of their Mon. Swampert's pretty low. Skarmory's pretty low. And my Skarm is very healthy. So we should be kind of okay here. All right, T-Tar's here, brings in the sand. Electabuzz can always cross-chop this. I think I'm just going to Hydro Pump. That does considerable damage. And that looks like HP Bug to me. That was a lot of damage. That could be HP Grass as well. And here, Thunderbolt should be a clean KO. Ice Beam also gets there and hits everything. All right, and it is Blissey last. The Starmie can never come back in, but we could save it as a Spike Sack. I think I'm going to go... I could go Gengar on this and then just blow up or threaten to. Honestly, I think this is where I go Skarm. And we get some more spikes up. Ice Beam. Oh, they got the freeze. That's so unfortunate. We can try to thaw here. We immediately thaw out. Let's go. Oh, it has Fire Blast coverage. That's crazy. Well, I'm going to protect Chip Heal. Should I just take a second spike and let the Skarmory go? I feel like I probably shouldn't. Gengar could come in and threaten Explosion. That's still a thing that could happen. Yeah, I'm just going to go. I'm hard going Gengar here. Yeah, Fire Blast. Oh, the burn sucks. And it also nerfs our Explosion damage. Damn. Well, that's fortunate for them. We are just going to blow up, though. Dealing 42. I think it's time for the Metagross. Yeah, nothing loves coming in on a mash here. Choice Band mash is going to go places. Protect, Chip, Heal. I've been just click and mash, and we're getting there. And we should be outspeeding pretty much everything here. I think this is a Electabuzz win condition. Let's go Starmie. We're going to spike stack. We're going to spike sack the Starmie, allowing for the Electabuzz win condition. This is what soosisse was talking about. Look at this. Hidden Power should take this out from this range, 76%. Die LOL, realizing that they're in a precarious situation. Oh, that actually doesn't get there. Oh, and it just has Earthquake. No. I should have played that probably better. Probably just going Metagross here is the play. And there shouldn't be too much left for Die LOL to do. Yeah, Mash does, in fact, get there. We're going to outspeed everything. Can he avoid a mash? I don't think he can. And that's all, folks. All right, Electabuzz didn't exactly do very much there. I should have just calced whether that HP Grass would have killed the Swampert, but how much did it even do? Yeah, that's the thing, man. Super duper effective Hidden Power Grass on Swampert, 66% damage. Not enough. And obviously there's no chance in hell that Electabuzz is ever living a Swampert Earthquake, even in its wildest dreams. You run that same calc with Jolteon with its like 110 special attack, I think that would barely do enough. But we play on. We'll queue up again here. All right, Lead T-Tar. This thing could always be mixed. It could have Fire Blast, but honestly, I think I'm just clicking spikes. It's a crit Fire Blast. Oh no. That's highly unfortunate. Well, sometimes there's nothing to do but just mash. Sometimes you got to mash your way out of a tough situation. Going to own Skarmory. No attack raise. There's the attack raise. Oh, and I bet they wish they didn't click spikes that time. Probably should have phased me out, buddy. I did 35%. I think we can probably do 48%. And now he's in a tough spot. He's got to think, am I willing to sacrifice my entire Skarmory here? No. We're going to go to Charizard, and it is dead to sand. Wow. Sorry, buddy. Well, that will afford you the opportunity to get someone else in on this full health Choice Band +1 meta. Unfortunate for Zukunft Ami. And Swampert coming in. Can I be honest? I'm mashing. 42%. Earthquake doesn't even get there. And you know what it is. Oh, he's going to protect. Chip Heal makes a lot of sense. Sure. We're mashing once more. Getting this thing into Electabuzz range. Gengar's going to scare this thing out. He could decide to let it go. I don't think he wants to, though. He hasn't seen anything that would require like a rock resist. He hasn't seen a T-Tar. He hasn't seen an arrow. And it has protect. It can Chip Heal and stuff. I'm going to Hidden Power Grass on the protect turn because I think he's going to protect Chip Heal before he leaves. And where will he go now? He could go Skarm if he thinks I'm Hidden Power Grassing, but I could always be Thunderbolting. Or just HP Grass. Ends up going to Blissey. Sure. Makes sense. We're just going to blow up on it. Try to hit a single Hydro Pump to kill the Blissey. Did not end up getting a single spike because of that Fire Blast crit. That's going to make it a lot more difficult to get things down into range. But we eliminated the Blissey. That's nice. It's nice to have. And I think Electabuzz can one-shot everything that's remaining that's been revealed. We have a full health Starmie. And what else do I have in the bag? I still got my Salamence, my DD Mets. So here we're just going to Psychic. He just brings in and completely sacrifices the Gengar. Unfortunate for him. Going for the Hydro Pump here. Oh, it lives on 1% and Crunch eliminates my Starmie. But yeah, I'm looking around, and I don't think anything can stand up to my Electabuzz. I'm sorry. I think this is an Electabuzz win condition, an Electabuzz endgame. To be honest, I think Ice Punch just kind of hits the entire world. Swampert comes in. Crit Ice Punch did not matter, folks, of course, because we have HP Grass. It's going to protect Chip Heal. What the hell wants to come in on Hidden Power Grass? He's going to have to go Scarm. I could just click Thunderbolt there. And of course I will now. I should click Thunderbolt again. This thing can't actually threaten me, though. I don't think he's going to risk the Scarm. He's got to go somewhere else. I'm going to click HP Grass. He's got to keep maneuvering around. Oh, he actually stays in. What a gamer. Oh, but he misses the Toxic. And he is going to be able to protect Chip Heal here. The other thing is, because I have Never Melt Ice, I am slowly dying to Sand. So that's his saving grace. But he's one of them is going to have to die this turn. It's going to be the T-Tar. The Swampert comes back. It can protect Chip Heal once more, but it's not going to be enough. And that's an Electabuzz endgame, folks. That worked out well enough. Our Scarm got crit Fire Blasted. We got no spikes whatsoever. But blowing up on the Blissey and the Metagross getting the attack raise and putting in a ton of work, chipping a lot of things down. Yeah, Electabuzz, it functioned. It did what it needed to do. Even when this game didn't go overly well, we got no spikes. It was able to outspeed and hit the entire world super effectively and get us the W. All right, it is a Medi lead. Could be choice band. I imagine it's probably just choice band. Oh, Houndoom. This thing's crunch would destroy me. Pursuit obviously also goes insanely hard. I'm just going to blow up on this thing. We're going to trade, bringing the Scarm back in. Starmie Sif has arrived. It's going to protect and scout. It does have Thunderbolt. Honestly, going Electabuzz. This is like the only time it can ever switch in on a single thing ever. Would you have Blissey on a team like this? You're trying to support Mon that don't want to have to deal with ghost types. There could be a Snorlax here. I don't know if I would expect a Blissey here, so I'm thinking, like, do I ever cross-chop into the ether hoping something comes in? But honestly, I think I'm probably just going to T-Bolt. Ah, screw it. Let's just cross-chop. Oh, it's Snorlax! We got him! For 38 huge %. Damn. Electabuzz, he's just doing what he can out here. He's trying. Yeah, we're just going to go back Scarm. In this spot, tank a Body Slam, no full pair. Oh, fuck, we got full parried. Whatever. It's Focus Punch Snorlax. Damn. That's doing hefty damage. Really want to get a single spike. There we go. Gonna protect Chip Heal here. Focus Punch has done 36.5, 36.8. We could live this. I no longer have a ghost type. Gonna try to get a second spike. Didn't get it. Lived, though. Huge. Body Slam gets me. I should have protect Chip Healed there. That was poor form from me. And this thing is already leftover Chip Healed the entire cross chop away. Hate to see something like that. Starmie could come in on Meteor Mash, but it's so strong. Oh, we miss. Oh, it was counter. Holy shit. All right, we're going Mence and DDing up. They click counter again. Nice. He's got to go somewhere else. Where's he going to go? It's Aerodactyl, but you know what? You know who we're faster than right now? Aerodactyl. And we're hitting a Rock Slide, baby. Let's go. Huge. And Swampert is here. Honestly, I'm just going to go Starmie. Get Toxic. Not the end of the world whatsoever. Could Hydro Pump. They could go own Starmie. I'm gonna go meta. I'm gonna hard go meta and just kind of see what happens here. They decide to go Snorlax. If I blow up this Snorlax, how are we looking? The Starmie outspeeds the Electabuzz. What is it revealed? Thunderbolt. It could have Hydro Pump. I don't know if the Hydro Pump just kills Electabuzz. There's no spikes. I don't have leftovers though, so I'm not ever getting above 79%. Am I happy to just blow up here? Yeah, screw it. Ron Flexible is down, and I think we go Starmie here. They bring out the Pert. Just going to Hydro Pump this thing down. 49 huge %. We get Toxic. Not that big of a deal. I expect this thing to protect now. It's not that big of a deal if it does, honestly. Yeah. Something's got to take a Hydro Pump, and nothing really wants to. Oh, critical hit. That's crazy. We're max speed. I'm going for it. We get there. We get the speed tie. Huge, huge. Metacham has to come in. We miss the pump. Very unfortunate. Shadow Ball coverage. Okay. So we found one of the only Pokemon that we actually can't hit super effectively. So with -1 attack, I don't think this thing has anything that can actually kill me anymore. I don't think Rock Slide gets there. I don't think Focus Punch gets there. So I'm going to DD up, actually. Yeah. And now HP Flying should get there. All it has is Toxic. Yeah. He hits the double protect. Needs a triple protect here. But it actually is... Oh, he hits the triple protect. Still should not matter, folks. And yeah, that's the game. Important to note there that, you know, even if the Swampert had Ice Beam and took down the Salamence, it was at like half health. HP Grass from Electabuzz is going to get there. So that's nice. Not gonna lie, I got kind of saved by that Meteor Mash missing on the turn where their Snorlax clicked counter. That would have really got me. Electabuzz's Cross Chop, not quite enough to get through the Snorlax. It was a good click. I think I'm gonna call it there. So what do you think? Let me know in the comments. How did Electabuzz do? Do you think this thing could actually be underrated? How valuable is it to have the coverage that it has at the speed tier it can hit, despite its stats, despite its offensive output being a bit underwhelming? Let me know what you think. Could Electabuzz be UU BL? You know, could it rise to the ranks of a Steelix, a Donphan, an Armaldo, an ADV OU? I wouldn't rule out the possibility. I bet there's players out there far stronger than I who could come up with, you know, better sets. Maybe take the Never Melt Ice off. Maybe I cooked a little too hard with that one, but I must admit, I'm pleasantly surprised at the supposed viability of Electabuzz in ADV OU. And to be honest, I kind of think that's probably what soosisse really was getting at all along. They wanted to call attention to their favorite Pokemon that might have been a bit underappreciated. So kudos to soosisse, and thanks for watching.